Welcome to the field with Kevin and Mike. Mike Schultz here, NK agronomist for Southern Minnesota.
And I'm Lallensack, agronomist for Wisconsin and northern part of Minnesota.
We are here in the Janesville, Minnesota Growmore plot, in between amongst the rows here of corn. And Kevin and I are going to talk about what nitrogen stress, nitrogen deficiency looks like in the corn crop, mid to late reproductive phases here in southern Minnesota. So this particular area of the plot saw some ponding of water early in the growing season, shortly after planting, which ultimately resulted into some leaching of the nitrogen nutrient away from the soil profile out of the rooting zone here for the corn crop. So Kevin's going to go over what we're looking here at as far as corn leaf symptomology goes, and then ultimately what that's going to equate to as far as potential yield loss and what the ear looks like because it's running out of nitrogen.
So right here, you're going to see the completely typical look of what nitrogen deficiency is doing. Firing of the mid vein. I mean, that is typical of what nitrogen deficiency is going to be. Plus, you're looking at it, nitrogen is mobile. You're going to start seed on the lower leaves and move up the plant that way. So you're seeing other areas here, we're seeing some leaves up as this high that we're having nitrogen deficiencies in too.
So we would refer to this as an inverted V here, and it's going to differ from potassium. As we'll see some of both, and especially drouthy years, you'll see nitrogen and potassium deficiency show up. But nitrogen is going to be this inverted V, as Kevin mentioned, hugging the mid vein there. Potassium is going to be firing along the outer sides of the leaf here in some specifically drought stress periods or where K is lacking in the soil profile. And as Kevin talked, I mean, you find various levels on the plant. This is here about 5 nodes up off the ground. We're firing on this one a little higher up on the plant. But ultimately, this plant is depleting itself of nitrogen, and then at the same time is running short when it's trying to hold on and fill the ear here, mid to late reproductive phases of the corn. You'll see a lot of zippering going on, a lot of tip back, some poor pollination because we just didn't have the nitrogen out here to feed the grain potential, the yield potential that was set earlier in the growing season. Long-term impacts here as this plant continues to try to fill what grain it can on this ear. It's going to start robbing from the stalk here, and you're going to start to see potentially some stalk issues late season as we suck the nutrients, suck the life out of that stalk just to set that yield that we're able to up above.